Well, I guess we're getting Winter Luartha. What's up, guys? Chris here, and happy holidays from Nerd Night. In this video, we're going to be talking about Winter Luartha and her vision card, which should be coming this week. But first, if you're watching this, do me a favor. Pause this video and tell somebody that you love them. Send them a text, make a phone call, stand up and just walk to the other room. There's no better time than now to spread a little love in this holiday season. For my part, there's two people in the War of the Visions community that I want to recognize. You know who they are. That's right, you know who they are. Now we can all be together for the holiday season. Alright guys, first I need to address one thing here, and that's if you've been using the Amazon App Store and you updated your device to Android 12, you may have been locked out of the game and getting this message. We're excited about Android 12 too. We're unfortunately working through some issues. Thank you for your patience as we get your App Store back. So a lot of people haven't been able to play War of the Visions through the Amazon App Store or use Amazon coins since the update to Android 12. That issue has been resolved this week, so if you're going to buy Visual, you can now do that through the Amazon App Store and Amazon coins again. Just an update there. Remember, if you do buy Visual this way, and why wouldn't you, you can get up to 20% off. Remember to use the link in the description below. We would really appreciate it. Also, one thing I want to note is that we're doing this video on Monday, so we're just going based off the information that we have on the video that they gave us and the notices in game. So some of this information might change as her kit comes out, but I think we can get a pretty good general idea of what her kit is going to be like. And this is because I think Gumi already gave us the blueprint on what to expect here, and it's Halloween Frederica Part 2. Of course, Halloween Fred launched as a seasonal unit right before two other Earth units to try and create some FOMO. Winter Luartha is launching right now before June comes out, and that's the Wind Crystal Warrior, who we should be getting in the next couple of weeks. And if there's anything we learned from Halloween Frederica, it's that she's a good unit, but certainly not a necessary unit, especially when it comes to free-to-play and light spenders. So I feel like Luartha is going to be much in the same, where she's more of a unit for collectors and whales than a unit that we should all be jumping out of our Christmas stockings for. The bottom line is that June profiles as a much better unit overall, and if you have to choose one between the two of them, it's going to be June. And much like Halloween Frederica came on the coattails of Oberon, who was a better unit overall, Luartha is released just ahead of June. So I think June is going to be one of the strongest upcoming units we have, especially free-to-play and light spenders. Winter Luartha should be a hard pass for almost everybody. I will note that if you already have other winter units maxed out, or at least at level 99, you can double up on farming Mind Spheres, so it might be worth trying to pull her and then slow farming the Mind Spheres in the guild barracks using 3 or 4 winter units, which is probably actually the ideal option. So she's a Wind Pierce unit, and it's not like there's a plethora of Wind Pierce attacks, so primarily we need to look at her as a Rainbow Pierce unit and not really a Wind specific unit. 2B does have a Pierce attack in her kit, but you probably don't want to pigeonhole yourself into that. Her limit break lends itself to the Rainbow team role. You can see it up there. It's a 3-turn Pierce in peril, so that's something that's mostly useful for PvE like raids and bosses if you're running mono Pierce. She also has some other abilities that have great range and add some status effects here or break barriers. The most important thing to mention is that her kit has the Soldier sub-job, which has a couple of huge implications. One is that she can use slash attacks, so we can see her using things like Hard Slash, Paralyzing Edge, Hazard Break, etc., maybe even Drain Force in her build. So she can contribute to slash chains for PvE or take advantage of slash attack bonuses. The other advantage is that she can use Triple Trick on the Exorcist card, which we're going to talk about in a little bit. Ultimately, I don't see what they could do to make her strong enough to unseat certain units like 2B or Tifa or Halloween Leela or June when it comes for the wind element. And if you're planning on building the Uber Pierce PvE team with units like Aranea or Oberon and Kane, well, you're probably a whale anyway, and you should probably just go for Winter Luartha. Let's move on to the vision card. And I gotta say, I hate this thing. I hate it, hate it. It's basically a Pierce version of Exorcists. It has attack up here. This could be like 50% based on other cards like Ifrit and Fenrir. It has critical hit rate, 25, which is going to overlap with Exorcist, so it won't stack. And then it has HP up, which could be anywhere between like 12 to 15%, probably 15%. Really the kicker to the card is that it has this vision ability, which is a 3-hit Pierce chainer. So it's basically triple trick for spear units, and that's really neat and all, and people building the ultimate Pierce team should definitely grab this card, but I see it as far too specific to justify the spend for free-to-play or light spenders. Slash teams are just way too easy to build for PvE events, and the Wind element already has some better cards for that, like Tetris Sylphid, 2B's card, Tifa's card, and the upcoming Ahriman card, and the aforementioned Exorcist card. This card is like window dressing for Pierce teams only. If you already have Exorcist, you really have no reason to get this card. Listen, the attack and HP bonuses on this card, they're really neat, and that HP is going to be great for Joom, but again, I think this card is just going to be a complete luxury for Wind teams. So what kind of combos can we put together when it comes to Winter Luartha? Well, we already talked about 2B, who has a Pierce attack in her kit, but ultimately I think if you're running mono Wind, you're going to lean away from trying to like stack Pierce damage and just let her use slash attacks or try and buff Wind attack in general, especially in PvE. And this means that you can still make use of cards like Exorcists or Tetris Sylphid or 2B's card, 2B, Tifa, and Luartha, or 2B, Luartha, and Halalila. It feels like Tifa would end up being the unit that gets dropped for mono element PvP, at least by the end of this year, so you'd get like 2B, Luartha, and Joom, which would likely be a pretty strong combination. But is that really going to be better than the Wind options that we already have out here? I don't know. So the other role is with Rainbow Pierced units. So the units that we're looking at here would be like Aranea, Kain, Glaciella, Oberon, and the thing that I really don't like here is that you pretty much have to have a maxed out Dashing Over the Snowy Fields vision card for a Rainbow Pierce team, which not a lot of players have, and certainly not a lot of new players are going to have. So ultimately, guys, it's difficult for me to recommend Winter Luartha, especially with Joom coming up, who seems to just be like a much better Wind unit, and also Final Fantasy VI coming in a couple of months, where all 3 of those units look to be absolutely amazing. You all know that I'm a Wind main account, and so for me personally, I'll probably be doing that budget approach and going through the first couple of steps on the step up. If I get her, I'm just going to slow build her in the guild barracks because I already have 2 other Winter units. So I'm certainly in no hurry to max Winter Luartha out. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy holidays, and we will catch you next time.